Morning to you. It's Will Winter here, the man in black, the cat that had to do with the goggles and the do-rap. How you living? Uh, so let me get this out first. Yeah, I kind of disappeared for a couple weeks. Life decided to football kick my proverbial privates up into my nostrils. You know how it goes. I do apologize for my absence. I see I picked up another subscriber. Thank you for joining. Um, but yeah, I do apologize for that. Things kind of went foobar on me, and I had to focus on other stuff. Um, that does happen to me from time to time. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. So I do apologize. Um, Usually I got a video stuff set up and all that, but I'm just going to straight up spit today. Yeah, so the government's back in. Yeah, it only took them almost, what, 2 months? I mean, are you serious? And dog, seeing black people cry and complain about the food stamps, the EBT. Black people, your main problem is you misconstrue pride with dignity. You got all this pride, but it's the wrong kind of pride. You won't get up and go to work at McDonald's or nothing. You won't do that, but you'll sit there on your knees and beg the white government for another handout. Seriously? You got all this pride, but no self-respect, no dignity, no honor. I mean, think about it. Think about the argument for reparations. We have a right to EBT and SNAP benefits. We got a right to medical. No, you don't. Nobody has a right to those things because all it is a handout. One, ain't nobody in this country in over 160 years been a slave, so reparations for what? Okay. Two, okay, you sitting there talking about how the government's screwing us over. You're part of that problem because where do you think those EBT credits come from? Where do you think the money in those accounts come from? It comes from taxpayer dollars, people that actually have a job and work. Black people don't care about that though. Oh, don't get it twisted. White trash out there too. And let me make this very clear. I fully understand there are people that desperately need help. They're messed up, their bodies are jacked up, or they're mentally burnt up, or, I get it. I understand there are people that actually need help. I'm not talking about y'all, okay? I'm talking about people 20, 30 years old that get up and get a job and don't. I'm talking about people that have been on housing and Section 8 and all that shit since I was a kid, and that was back in the 80s. You turned a helping hand into a lifestyle, but you got all this pride. You got all this dignity. No, you don't. You just got pride, but it's the wrong kind of pride. Why do you think pride is the deadliest of all the sins? Step back and really look at it. Think about this for a moment. What did they say? Pride cometh before the fall. Think about it. You got all this pride, but where's the pride in the black community? You can go out here and demand a handout from the government, but you will sure as hell not get up and do any work to restore the homes in the black community. You won't put no money on that, but you live with your mama bumping an Escalade, not pay your mama rent. You walk around with chains around your neck. You sit there and check your motherfucking EBT account on a $1,000 phone, wearing $300 J's, wearing a $300 Pele coat, or with a Louis Vuitton, right? You'll make sure your kids is wearing designer and fashion clothes and shit, but the little motherfuckers can't read. Pride. The wrong kind of pride. My half-black brothers and sisters, there comes a point where we have got to look at the bullshit for what it is and say, no, we can't do this. It don't work. It ain't working for black people. Black people went from apathetic to sympathetic to just outright fucking pathetic. Period. Yeah, I know, I gotta shave. Yeah, that's how fucked up this past few weeks have been. Well, I mean, I'm serious. You had people out here talking about, I'm gonna steal from Walmart. First off, you're already admitting and confessing to a crime you haven't even committed. That's just stupid. The moment you put something on the internet, it becomes public knowledge. Public knowledge is admissible in court. Okay? So if the police is watching you, you telling the world you getting ready to commit a crime. And then you wonder, black people, why you don't have grocery stores in the black community, because you keep stealing shit. Pride, but no honor. No dignity, no self-respect. That shit ain't gonna work. You can sit there and beg that white man for the handout though, but you don't mind sitting there with $300 shoes on your feet. But you can sit there and get EBT. When there's people out here that desperately needs it. My mom, for instance, she's completely disabled. She cannot work. Okay? She can barely get any assistance at all. But I've seen black women, young white women that just go out here, open up their legs for a bunch of kids, and all of a sudden you getting $3,000 or $4,000 in your tax returns, $1,000 of EBT and shit like that. Are you serious? And you ain't earned not one penny of that. Not one. Then you wonder why a lot of these black kids is fucked up. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I've seen black women and heard them with these two eyes and these two ears literally sit there and tell their black children, ooh, I fucking hate you. You better be glad I get a check for your ass. Nigga, you be up out my motherfucking house. We remember the chick, Tommy Soto, put a video of her up where she took and put a sign around her son's neck because he voted for Donald Trump in a school election or some shit. This bitch put him out the house. Had a sign around his neck. Oh, I voted for Trump, so mama put me out. Y'all want to sit there and blame Trump for everything, but that man's trying to put $2,000 in your pocket, though. The last time he was in office, he put, what was it? $2,800 in our pockets. Those 2 COVID checks, $1,400 each. Remember that? Whose name was on it? Donald Trump. That's why I'm Team Trump now. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Look at the shit going on up in New York. You don't hear black people talking about that. That's fucking racist as hell. How the hell you gonna have a white people tax? How you gonna tax somebody for their melanin count? That's racist. I'm a self-confessed racist. I admit it, except for I don't judge by skin tone, because for us colored folk, there's really no color standard for us. From Sandra Faye to myself to Tiger Woods, we come in them all. You see what I'm saying? I judge and dislike you, white and black people, most of you, for the stupid shit you do. Like, motherfuckers even talking about having a white people tax. That's racist. Again, I'm a self-confessed racist, and I'm saying, dude, that's racist. Are you serious? But you don't hear black people talking bad about that. You don't hear black people talking about that. You don't hear black people talking about these dudes shooting up the black community, but you want to sit there and cry about your food stamps, though. Pride cometh before the fall. It really does. And don't get it twisted. White people are doing it too. You had white people talking about robbing people when they come out of the store with their grocery cart just to steal their food. Are you fucking kidding me? And then everybody wonders why everybody's packing now. But yet, man, I tell you what. My mixed race brothers and sisters, and this is for all of us, mixed native, mixed Asian, definitely mixed black. There comes a point where we got to start looking at these whites and blacks especially and say, look, man, y'all need to get the hell out the way. Y'all need to get out of the way. Y'all only making things worse. Always want to talk about they on the right side of history, not understanding nor realizing, because they're too stupid to change, too dumb to learn, and too ignorant to realize they need to do both. The history is written by the victor, not by the right side of history. There's no such thing. It's who won and who lost. You see what I'm saying? These people want to sit there and talk about, oh, well, we're fighting the power. No. That's not what's happening. White liberals, black people, that's not what you're doing. You're out here begging for a free ride, a free handout, because you're too lazy to get up and get a damn job. And don't be coming up in my motherfucking comments talking about I'm a sellout. First off, I burned my black card a long time ago, and I flipped off white people when I did it, baby. Okay? Don't be coming up in my comment section talking shit. I'm not the one out here begging for a free handout. You're not out here fighting for no just cause. You want revenge. Okay? And vengeance, you know what, is motivation enough. It really is. Hate me, but do it honestly. You up in my comments talking shit because I'm calling you on your garbage. Okay? But this is what happens when you have an entire race of people that idolize and worship the Europeans, white people. Think about it. I don't know how many times I've looked at black people and said, look, man, I'm not black, I'm mixed. Because they used to beat my ass every other day telling me I wasn't one of them. And what's the first thing out their mouth? Well, how you think the white man sees you? I don't give a hot damn. I don't care. I really don't. Half of these whiteys don't even know what their private parts is or what they're supposed to do with them. Did you hear about that weirdo is trying to sue a doctor for saying that a man can't breastfeed a child? That's white people for you. I don't give a damn what these crackers think of me. I don't. And look, I get it. Not all of you are like that. I'm not talking about you. I've said it before and I'll keep saying it. I'm not here to tickle anyone's good vibrations. I'm here to throw verbal hard bitches. I'm here for a fight. I'm here to liberate us mixed race people from the social oppression that we face. Forced into being black. All being black has ever been is an anchor bolted to our neck in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and we ain't got no boat. And baby, I don't know how to swim. I don't know if you realize this, but I got a lot of melanin and big bones. I sink. Period. So I stay my ass up out the water. This shit's starting to get freaky out here, isn't it? God damn, it's hard to see the timer on that thing. It's starting to get real freaky out here. Motherfuckers out here rioting over EBT, out here fighting over stupid shit. Sad. And here in the state of Virginia, we elected the spam burger. I ain't heard black people say not one word about that election either. This is why I keep telling y'all they worship at the altar of whiteness, but they worship at the wrong one. Think about this. Miss Earl Sears, Windsor Earl Sears, she was a black woman, an accomplished black woman at that. U.S. Marine, a veteran, been in politics, you know what I'm saying? Carried herself well. Yeah, y'all elected that white woman though, didn't you? Yeah, Democrat too. The same party that fucked up your EBT by filibustering the hell out of the government, you voted for them. See, whenever the Democrats don't get their way, they start misbehaving. They start messing everything up. I mean, look, dude, the COVID shutdowns and stuff, that was straight up the Democrats. And I've met people with COVID, they say it's not fun. It's like the flu. It's a cold. Y'all got to remember also, I come up through the AIDS epidemic, okay? COVID ain't shit. All right. Remember, that was the Democrats. And who was it? Signing them checks, putting money in your pocket? Trump. But he a racist. He don't like black people. Man, come up in Flushing's Queens. But he a racist. Okay. Man, let me tell you something, black people. Y'all drank the fuck out of that Democrat Kool-Aid. What that dude say? He'd have y'all niggas voting for 200 years Democrat. Well, it's been 160. He wasn't too far off. And I know I'm going to have a bunch of light-skinned people at some point coming after me. Pop it out. Stop sucking. Okay? You the same color. You lighter than this dry-ass concrete. Shut the fuck up. Stop it. Step back and look at what the hell I'm telling you. Okay? We can't be following black people no more. This shit ain't going to work. It ain't no good for them. There's no future in black culture for black people, much less anyone else. And y'all can sit there and try to say, oh, this ain't black culture. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's nothing new here. I've been on this earth since 1981. This is nothing new. The only thing new here is the internet. That's it. Constantly begging for another handout. Don't want to get up and do nothing. Willing to sell crack to their own people. And then try to blame the government when it was the cartels that taught them how to do it. Poison their own fucking people. Even everybody else on the planet sees. What that one dude say? Yes, black people are very strong, but you're easy to divide. You're easy to turn against one another. That's always been a thing. Why do you think Harriet Tubman had to carry a pistol? It wasn't to shoot white man. She wasn't that stupid. EBT, SNAP benefits, Section 8, all this stuff is a trap, and it's a stupid one at that. I've talked about that before, that it's a trap. And it's a stupid one. They'll give you enough to keep you afloat. But then, well, Thomas Sowell said it. Back in the 60s and 70s, Thomas Sowell was saying it, that all it is failure. That's all it is, failure. Black people don't want to listen. Black people have been warned for nearly 100 years now about the Democrats. What did Malcolm X say? You vote for them, even though they make promises and don't keep them. You vote for this political party, not only are you a sucker, but a traitor to your race. Well, mixed people, you can stay in the system or you can join me in the mountains. And again, I'm sorry I vanished on y'all for a couple weeks. Like I said, life kind of went foobar on me. Yeah, I apologize for that. I am going to try to do better. Plus, sometimes, when things start going bad, I start beating on myself. And y'all call it depression. I call it life kicking my ass. Yeah. But I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Just shit went kind of sideways and I got off track. I'm back now. And I do apologize for my absence. Thank you to my newest subscriber. But y'all can stay in the system and you can join us in the mountains. And look, I know there's plenty of black and white people that think the way I do. You're more than welcome. Because, hey, we come from here. We were created here. The foundational folks, foundational blacks, y'all come from us. One of your ancestors was one of us. That's the only way that works. Now, I understand not all of y'all are like that. I do. And sometimes I get very passionate. But there comes a point where you got to start calling bullshit on bullshit. And I'll save who I can and walk away from who I can. All right? And until people start throwing hard bitches, fighting back, these niggas and white trash liberals, all right, and these idiot conservatards are going to keep acting a damn fool until people start fighting back. Y'all live well and be safe, and I'll catch y'all on the flip.